For his extraordinary commitment to the fields of material science, Michio Kaku has really affirmed that the James Webb Space Telescope has found 6 Goliath systems that investigators thought couldn't exist. These evaluations might possibly open up new points of view in our reasonable comprehension of the universe. The disclosure is both engaging and progressive, testing existing speculations about the new development and headway of universes. It is, in this manner, worth paying special attention to these improvements. The confirmation by such a perceived researcher features the meaning of these divulgences. Michio Kaku is a striking figure in the logical field, a physicist of American and Japanese legacy. He is seen as a specialist in both standard exploratory material science and quantum mechanics. Not at all like a few extra moderate and questionable trained professionals, Kaku has been open to the confusing postponed results of the James Webb Space Telescope mission. His energy to embrace new openings and offer them with the public features his commitment to propelling comprehension we might interpret the universe. We are fulfilled that this perceived researcher has chosen to end his quietness and straightforwardly share what can never again be denied. The energy and nearly Drew-in tone of the prestigious physicist are obvious in his remarks on the disclosures made by the James Webb Space Telescope, granting that this has been a component that has blended his advantage. Go along with us to find the repercussions of Michio Kaku's disclosure of these 6 gigantic systems. Kaku is an expert who has perpetually could think about new hypotheses. All through his life, he has addressed a responsiveness to considerations that rock the boat, figuring out that Einstein's conditions of relativity and Newton's rules, while essential, are inadequate to catch the full multi-layered plan of the universe. Kaku handles that the disclosures of the new telescope might possibly upgrade the logical field, yet countless his partners have not embraced this view. This is causing concern and sleep deprivation among the enormous detonation defenders and adversaries of quantum mechanics. Nonetheless, this only affects giggling from Kaku. The JWST has uncovered the revelation of 6 tremendous enormous systems, following as far back as the earliest seasons of the universe. Every one of these gaudy systems contains a bigger number of stars than our own smooth way, in spite of having shaped just a short time frame after the enormous detonation. The gathering of room experts who made the revelation has named these extraordinary structures universe breakers, since, whenever approved, they would change our whole appreciation of the universe. The ramifications of these disclosures are critical, recommending that the universe's underlying years were undeniably surprisingly great and complex. Something fits here no more extended. The hypothesis of how things came to be lets us know that the universe was a train wreck after the underlying occasion. The essential strong items were supposed to shape over a monstrous number of years, and it took a giant number of extra years for the items to arrive at adequate thickness and produce light. The advancement of complicated structures like systems was accepted to happen a lot later. A portion of the as-of-late found universes beat the smooth way in size, and their titanic splendor proposes that they were most likely framing many new stars consistently, while our framework structures stars just irregularly. It stays dangerous to decide precisely when the main universe framed. Analysts have not had the option to learn this at this point. The main thing that is clear is that at first, there might have been just single stars or gatherings of stars, which at last joined to shape progressively huge designs until bantam worlds combine. These little galactic structures experienced different frameworks and consistently created by past hypotheses. Extremely arranged and huge universes were considered unsuitable to have existed around then, which brings up the issue of whether the universe is a lot more established than as of late recognized or whether complex infinite plans grew essentially sooner. This ongoing circumstance is hard for moderate science, which actually tracks down issues with this model. A few parts of actual science emphatically wouldn't acknowledge this revelation and question possible mistakes in the age gauges. Kaku knows about this and had this to say. There are different models of old and misdirecting hypotheses that determinately go on by uprightness of the wonderfulness of explicit researchers. A considerable lot of these speculations were possibly uncovered when fundamental examination revealed their imperfections. Subsequently, the basic word in any science, particularly in actual science, rests inside the experimentalists who keep the scientists prepared and mindful. Genuinely, on the planet, we have barely any comprehension into the authentic early phases of the universe. This assertion from Kaku features the significance of consistent trial and error, as well as approval in the logical cycle. The hypothesis of how things came to be was laid out in 1927 in light of perceptions of the extension of the universe. This data prompted the end that the universe started from a solitary point and has been growing from that point forward. At that point, it was hard for individuals and researchers to imagine a universe with a beginning and an end. The opportunity of a universe that had consistently existed and was boundless, truly, was past individuals' creative mind. Without a doubt, even today, experts actually face inconveniences in figuring it out. Be that as it may, it is fundamental to think about these conceivable outcomes, as even these new revelations don't fit with what scientists have set for quite a while in regards to the hypothesis of the enormous detonation. Incidentally, science has shown over and again that reevaluation and responsiveness to astute thoughts are a significant piece of the logical cycle, similar as the approval of explicit hypotheses and perceptions. At the point when Einstein was a youngster, it was acknowledged that the stars and planets were totally fixed in the universe, and these specific plans consumed a characterized space. In any case, we presently realize that all that in the universe is moving. Planets circle stars. Stars move inside their frameworks at various kilometers each second, and whole systems move quickly through the universe, the destiny of which we can't yet try and foresee. This uncommon comprehension of the universe challenges long-held convictions and features the need for persistent request. What's more, change in logical idea. Today, experts are tested to acknowledge awkward experiences and to comprehend that speculations are not outright bits of insight until they are entirely tried or affirmed by careful perception. The chance of the huge explosion emerged from the affirmation that universes are getting away from one another, and this distance is relative to their partition from Earth. This insight, known as Hubble's regulation, recommended that the universe was growing. For quite a while, components like inestimable foundation radiation and the redshift of light from far-off worlds, alongside other cosmological examples, appeared to help this hypothesis. Notwithstanding, it is fundamental to recollect that individuals who accepted the Earth was level and that the Sun rotated around us likewise had observational confirmation for their questions, until occasions or innovative headways went along that gave a more clear picture. This moment, we are seeing a comparable circumstance. Investigators expected the new James Webb Space Telescope to approve the forecasts connected with the enormous detonation. In any case, all things considered, they have run over these 6 universes that appeared to be unthinkable. This exhibits that science is continually advancing and that experts ought to be available to new disclosures and rethink existing hypotheses in view of the accessible proof. The unexpected revelations tested the ongoing comprehension and incited a reassessment of well-established cosmological speculations. Specialists use redshift as a device to decide explicit amounts in the investigation of the universe. Redshift, also called the Doppler impact, alludes to the adjustment of the shade of light as light sources and spectators move comparative with each other. To comprehend this, you can envision stopping and watching a vehicle coming towards you. As the vehicle moves towards you, you hear the motor getting stronger. Notwithstanding, when the vehicle passes you or moves away, the motor sound changes. This is on the grounds that the sound changes as the vehicle moves. The equivalent is valid for light. At the point when a light source, for example, a far-off star, pushes toward us, the light we see shifts toward bluer tones. On the other hand, when the light source gets away from us, the light moves toward redder tones. This peculiarity is called redshift. Physicists have changed over redshift values into speeds and distances for estimation in the investigation of the universe. Notwithstanding, it is essential to take note of that even a little mix-up in these estimations can have huge ramifications. The estimation methods recently utilized are currently under audit. The most recent revelations connected with our universe require thought of whether they are truly founded on redshift blunders or whether few investigators are essentially denying current realities. This is an inquiry that requires exhaustive examination and cautious survey of the information and techniques utilized in the exploration. The continuous investigation and reassessment of measurement techniques feature the advancing idea of logical request. Much obliged for watching the video. As usual, we advise you that you can post your requests in the remarks box. Assuming you love the video, make a point to raise a ruckus around town button, share it so it contacts more individuals, and buy into the feed so you don't miss more satisfied this way. Much obliged to you for watching, and see you in the following one. This source of inspiration urges watchers to draw in with the substance, cultivating a local area of inquisitive personalities anxious to investigate and figure out the most recent logical conversations. The examination of our universe, with its tremendous reaches and complex divine bodies, proceeds to enamor and challenge researchers across the globe. From early hypotheses about the universe to the most recent disclosures made conceivable by cutting-edge innovation, each revelation reshapes how we figure out the universe and stretches the limits of human information. Maybe quite possibly of the most critical and persevering through question in cosmology spins around the beginning and advancement of worlds. Systems are like urban communities of stars, gas, residue, and dim matter bound together by gravity. Understanding how systems structure and develop is critical not just for disentangling the secrets of our universe, yet additionally for testing existing speculations, like the hypothesis of the universe's starting point. The hypothesis of the huge explosion, proposed almost 100 years back, recommends that the universe started from a solitary, limitlessly thick point and has been extending from that point onward. This thought emerged from perceptions of the universe's extension and the grandiose microwave foundation radiation, thought about the leftovers of the early universe's outrageous intensity and light. Nonetheless, ongoing disclosures, especially those made by the James Webb Space